Lesnar not wasting a second.
Defendiendo con éxito.
Ay, 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 ay. Oh my God.
Holy hell! What the hell is this? Could it be? It is! Yes! Yes! The Beast, Brock Lesnar!
Oh my!
Brock Lesnar!
One of you. Brock Lesnar, it was confirmed last night on Raw because, again, it was a lot of confliction. It was a lot of back and forth. According to the dirt sheets, the websites and the newsletters about Brock Lesnar and whether or not he was really retired. Well, even this morning at this time, according to those in the know, at this hour, at this point, about 10 o'clock in the morning, as you guys are waking up, it is still unclear. Reportedly, they're going to say, well, Brock Lesnar, if they were to drum this up and, further move this, even though last night they had a big video package montage and Paul Heyman went off on the WWE production about how Brock Lesnar is then, now, forever. Brock Lesnar is forever. Yeah, Paul Heyman went absolutely nuts last night, and can you blame him? But here's the thing about that. There, again, according to backstage sources, there is still an unclear about Brock Lesnar, whether he's really fully gone or he's just gone from ever competing at WrestleMania ever again. Because remember, the original plan was Brock Lesnar was going to retire at SummerSlam in Minnesota after facing Gunther. But actually, I don't want that to be the way. I don't want Brock Lesnar to retire. However, now there's rumors and gossip and speculation that Brock Lesnar could have fully retired. Again, there's a lot of confliction here. There's a lot of things.
Brock Lesnar has signed with EU. 5 words. 5 words that just broke the entire wrestling world. We're not talking about rumors. We're not talking about speculation. What you're about to hear is the full story, the lawsuit, the betrayal, the frustration, the bomb Brock dropped on his way out, and why Triple H is sitting in his office right now with his jaw on the floor. Stay with me. Because of this story, it gets wild.
Yeah, guys, it's true. Brock Lesnar signed with AEW. Oh, no, it's not. It could be true. Who knows? I heard rumors Vince was there. Wherever Vince goes, Brock might be there. But who knows?
Before we get into the chaos, let's talk about who Brock Lesnar actually is. Because if you're new here, you need to understand why this man leaving WWE isn't just big news, it's a nuclear bomb. Brock Lesnar is without question one of the most physically dominant human beings to ever step inside a wrestling ring. Born in Webster, South Dakota, this man was an NCAA Division I heavyweight wrestling champion at the University of Minnesota. He wasn't just good, he was a freak of nature. He debuted in WWE in March 2002, and his very first rivals, the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and even they saw immediately that this guy was different. His first pay-per-view match at Backlash 2002, he absolutely decimated Jeff Hardy. That's the night Paul Heyman stepped to the mic and called him the next big thing, and he was right. The records, the accolades, the monster, 5-time WWE champion, 3-time Universal champion, the man who conquered The Undertaker's WrestleMania undefeated streak, 21-0, gone. Just like that. UFC Heavyweight Champion, not just a pro wrestler crossover gimmick, an actual, legitimate, terrifying MMA fighter. UFC record, 5 wins, 3 losses, with knockout power that made real fighters scared. His fighting style? Pure destruction. German suplexes on repeat. F5s that look like they could break a person in half. Raw explosive power that no human being his size should have. People don't say Brock Lesnar is a monster for the storylines. They say it because when you watch him move, when you see that man sprint across the ring and launch someone twice with a suplex, your brain goes, that is not normal. Now fast forward to WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Brock Lesnar's final match. He faced Obafemi, a rising star, a powerhouse in his own right, and Lesnar lost. But here's where it gets interesting. After the match, Brock Lesnar stood in that ring and made an X sign with his arms. The X sign in wrestling means one thing. This is real, this isn't scripted, something is actually happening, this wasn't part of the show. And then on the Raw after WrestleMania 42, Paul Heyman, visibly emotional, visibly angry, confirmed it. Brock Lesnar had retired. and Heyman told the production team to move Lesnar from the Now section to the Forever section of WWE's opening tagline. Then, Now, Forever, together, Brock Lesnar was now, forever, or so WWE thought. Here's where everything explodes. Reports have now surfaced that Brock Lesnar was allegedly frustrated, genuinely, deeply frustrated, with Triple H for plotting his retirement match against Gunther without his full blessing. The Beast felt like his exit was being managed for him, like his legacy was being packaged and sold without his input. And then came the lawsuit threat. WWE, or rather Tico Group Holdings, is reportedly seeking a $1 million penalty from Brock Lesnar, citing breach of contract over that unscripted retirement moment. They claim he went off script in a way that violated his agreement. Brock's response to Tico's request for a retirement U-turn? A clear no. He didn't negotiate. He didn't call a meeting. He said no. And Triple H? He's expected to address the growing rift between WWE and the Beast on an upcoming Raw segment, because the silence isn't sustainable anymore. Oh, and remember, this all comes on top of the Janelle Grant federal lawsuit, where Brock Lesnar was named in connection with allegations against former WWE boss Vince McMahon. Lesnar was not a defendant, but being named in that case, combined with the political chaos inside WWE's leadership, this man was done. Done with the politics, done with the lawsuits, done with being told what to do. And then, Brock Lesnar used his last mic, his last moment, and said something the wrestling world never expected to hear from him. I'm going to EU. F this fake WWE. Yes, you heard that right. Brock Lesnar has signed with All Elite Wrestling. And the images that are already circulating? Brock Lesnar, caught alongside Dean Ambrose, now known as Jon Moxley, AU's most dangerous, most unhinged performer, and MJF, the most charismatic villain in wrestling today. Triple H reportedly stood in complete shock when the rumor broke. Think about what this means. AU now has the Beast incarnate, the man who conquered The Undertaker's streak, the man WWE built WrestleMania main events around for years, the man who moved pay-per-view buys like nobody else in the modern era. Tony Khan didn't just sign a free agent, he signed a nuclear weapon and pointed it directly at WWE. Matt Hardy, Lesnar's very first rival, said it best on the Ariel Helwani show just recently. I don't know, I think we'll see him again. I think we'll see him again. Silence. Then, the sound of a crowd roaring, then cutting to dead silence. Pat McAfee looked dead into the camera and said, "If Randy Orton loses at WrestleMania, I will never come back." Orton lost. And now the question nobody wanted to ask out loud is being screamed across every wrestling forum on the internet. Is Randy Orton done? What is up, everyone? Welcome back. If you're new here, we cover professional wrestling like it matters. Because it does. Today we're breaking down everything happening with Randy Orton right now, the WrestleMania 42 fallout, his shocking physical state walking out of Allegiant Stadium, the retirement speculation that's gone absolutely viral, and what WWE is actually planning next for the Viper. Stay with us. This one is a lot. Let's go back to WrestleMania 42 Night 1. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. This wasn't just a title match, this was the culmination of a chase that started the moment Orton returned from career-threatening spinal fusion surgery in November 2023. He came back from the dead. Literally, neurosurgeons told him his career was over. He cried. Then he booked the surgery and came back anyway, and WrestleMania 42 was supposed to be the payoff. He won the Elimination Chamber in February. It was violent, it was brutal, both men were bleeding. And in the end, Cody Rhodes retained. Orton lost. McAfee was stretchered out after Cody hit the crossroads and Jelly Roll, yes, Jelly Roll, dropped an elbow through the announce table. And Orton? He didn't just lose gracefully. He punted Cody Rhodes in the skull on his way out. A punt kick, a move he'd shelved for over a decade. Brought back, on the grandest stage, not as a victory lap. As a parting shot. Now here's where things get heavy. After the match, WWE interviewer Jackie Redmond was on the WrestleMania post-show and said something that didn't sound like wrestling commentary. It sounded like a medical report. She said, and I'm paraphrasing, that it took Randy Orton nearly 10 full minutes to walk up the entrance ramp to the back. He was limping, grabbing his back, blank stare, didn't acknowledge a single person around him, almost lost his balance at the top of the stage, looked back at Cody, still being attended to in the ring, and disappeared. 10 minutes. To walk up a ramp. And then? The following Monday on Raw, Cody Rhodes showed up, battered, eye injury and all, and had an in-ring promo with CM Punk. Randy Orton was nowhere to be found. That absence lit the internet on fire. A fan account posted what might be the most emotionally devastating wrestling tweet in recent memory. Tired. He's the last one standing,